Hello, friend, and happy Monday. Today's chat is for those of you who own a small business or who are thinking of starting one. Words are hard on this Monday morning. I want to talk about the power of running an amazing consultation. And I will be talking specifically about the professional organizing industry. But if you work in consulting or are interested in starting a business, stick around because you may hear some helpful tips. In order to land a great organizing project or really any great client, it all starts with a great consultation. And before I jump in, I just want to say that when you start any new business, everything seems hard until you start doing it. So keep that in mind. And the other thing to keep in mind is this: no matter how long you've been running your business, it is never too late to learn some new tips or to improve. So listen to all of this with an open mind. Now, for those of you who are just starting out, you know that the consultation is the most important opportunity you have to share who you are and what you do with your potential clients. But it can seem so intimidating. Keep in mind that it's also a way for you to collect valuable information that will allow you to create a lasting solution that will solve your client's key pain point or problem. But how do you do this? Understanding who your client is and how she uses her home will make the biggest difference. Today, I'm going to share my 4 strategies to conduct an amazing consultation. So let's jump right in. The first thing is this: first impressions do matter. So I want you to treat the consultation like it's an interview. You are, of course, trying to figure out if the client is the right fit for the work that you do, but she is also interviewing you to see if you really understand her and her problems and if you are the best person to solve it. So let your personality shine through and make sure that you convey exactly how you can work collaboratively. Like I said, words are really hard today, to reach her goals. The thing to keep in mind is this: you really have to be you, because if it's not a right fit, you want to know from the get-go. You don't want to close every client consultation that you go on if it's not going to be the right fit. In the professional organizing industry, we work so intimately with our clients that you really do have to show them who you are, and you have to get an understanding of who they are to make sure that it is going to be a wonderful working relationship. So don't be shy to let your true self shine through. Strategy number 2 is a lot more concrete. Bring the right stuff and make the best use of your time. So what does that mean? The consultation is not just an interview, but it really is your opportunity to collect some really valuable information in the very likely case that you do get hired, because your client's going to love you. So bring a tape measure, a notebook, and your phone to snap some pictures. As you are doing a walkthrough of the spaces you'll be organizing, take detailed notes, not only of the project itself from your organizing perspective, but for your client's goals for the space. Because remember, it's not about your goals, it's about the client's goals. And I always set aside time during the consultation to take measurements. By measuring the spaces at the consultation, you are accomplishing 2 big things. The first is you're showing your client that you are prepared, and you are saving yourself time in the long run. Because if they hire you after the consultation, you can immediately order the right products, if that's part of your service offerings, and bring them on day 1 of the project. This will allow you to get the job done more quickly, and it ensures that you have time to get any back-ordered products, which since the pandemic has started has been a bigger and bigger issue and has not fully resolved. With the client's permission, I also always take photos, because this is a huge help during the planning of the products and the planning of how you're going to tackle the space. And it has the added benefit of serving as your before shots, which you will absolutely, inevitably forget to take once you get to work on day 1. That's probably why you see so many organizers' photos start in the middle of a job, because by the time we realize that we should have taken pictures, we've already gotten started. So take those before shots during the consultation. Okay, for strategy number 3, I want to talk about empathy. When preparing for a consultation, it's totally natural to feel nervous, no matter how long you've been doing this. And it's easy to think about how you're going to come across to the prospect. But it is so important for you to recognize that this really is actually much more nerve-wracking for her. 9 times out of 10, she feels like she is on display more than you do, because it really doesn't get much more vulnerable than inviting someone into your home to go through all of your personal belongings. And even if you're doing a space like a kitchen or pantry that might not feel like it has super personal belongings, all of our belongings are personal to us. So bring your compassion friend. But don't just stop at compassion. Empathy will allow you to dig deeper and really understand your prospects' hopes and fears. And when you're helping your client decide if hiring you is the right fit, don't just focus the conversation on the process or cost, because that's the fastest way to lose her enthusiasm. Instead, with your empathy and compassion, focus on the outcomes and the problems you are solving for her. Discuss and demonstrate how much easier her life will be once the work is done, and about how easy it will be to maintain the space once it is purged, organized, and labeled to perfection. Now, of course, talking price and process are super necessary too, so make sure that you clearly articulate that as well. All right, I've got one more for you. My 4th and final strategy is get the scoop on her thought process. One major aspect that many organizers overlook is really understanding how our clients think. For example, does she need to see everything out all at once? Because if she doesn't, it doesn't exist to her. Or does it still feel cluttered if she can see everything, even when it's organized and put away and labeled? And so does she want opaque storage solutions or baskets? Clients usually have a very strong opinion on this once they're able to visualize the difference. Well, why does this matter? Because it will inform what products you purchase for your clients, and it will also ensure that you are creating solutions that the client will not just love how they look, but will actually be able to maintain forever. There is not a one-size-fits-all approach to creating systems for our clients, and we really need to create systems that work with and not against how our clients think. So really try to tease this out during the consultation so that when you start the project on day 1, you feel totally confident that you understand how your client thinks, that you understand how she can best use the space, and you put a system in place that will help achieve those goals. Now, the consultation is a short, intense meeting during which a lot of information is passed between you and the prospect. And if you're wondering how long a typical consultation lasts, ours are typically between 45 minutes and an hour and 15. So that might sound long when I'm saying it, but it goes by quickly, and you have to get a lot of information during that short amount of time. The best advice I have to you is to make it about her and really listen. If you go in with an open heart and a positive attitude, you'll be able to immediately set the client at ease, which, whether or not you resonate with each other and she hires her, you of course want that prospect to have an amazing interaction and experience with you and leave it feeling good about herself and about her future ability to get and stay organized. If you are a professional organizer and you have questions or you want additional support, I have a newsletter actually dedicated specifically to you. And I also have 2 amazing coaching programs for organizers at all levels. So send me a DM if you want to get on my Pro Organizer newsletter list, or if you have any questions about either of my programs. I wish you the best of luck at your next consultation. I know you'll be amazing. And as always, have a fantastic week.